The greatest military leaders are never born with a silver spoon. The leaders who earned the respect and trust of the people, those who rose to the top, those who did not abuse authority, nor became arrogant, are indeed one of a kind. And these are the gems of the uniformed service. These are the qualities that briefly describe Major General Manuel VARIAS Sequitin, Philippine Army, that prepared him to where he is today. He is a decorated officer, a noble public servant, a compassionate leader, a crisis communicator, and a strategic civil-military operations practitioner. Major General Manuel V. Sequitin, Philippine Army, came from humble beginnings. He was born in Manila on the 19th of August of 1966. He was the 10th child in a loving family of 12 siblings. His primary years of education were spent at the Paltok Elementary School in Quezon City, while his secondary education were spent at the Quezon City High School. His Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering was taken up to the second year at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines in Santa Mesa, Manila in 1985. This was before he entered the Philippine Military Academy and graduated as part of PMA Makatao class of 1989. On the 19th of February of 1989, he was commissioned as a second lieutenant of the Philippine Army. After graduation from the academy, he joined the warriors in the army as he served in the 15th Infantry Molave Warrior Battalion, 3rd Infantry Spearhead Division as its platoon leader, company commander, and battalion operations officer during his junior officer years. Later, he was assigned to the Psychological Operations Group, the forerunner of the present Civil Military Operations Regiment, after his tour in the field where he specialized as an Army CMO officer. Through his dedication and commitment to the service, he made a momentous event for the 66th Infantry Kabalikat Battalion of the 10th Infantry Aguila Division, where he was credited with the transformation of the municipality of New Bataan in Compostela Valley Province from a former NPA guerrilla base to a peaceful and conflict-resilient town. Thereafter, he became the G7 of the 10th Infantry Division and subsequently transferred as the executive officer of the G7 at the headquarters of the Philippine Army. Understanding the need and immediate care for those young students who are beneficiaries of soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice for the country, Major General Manuel V. Sequitin, Philippine Army, has greatly expressed his compassion to these young people as he assumed as the Chief and General Manager of the AFP Educational Benefits System Office in Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City. He has this task of providing educational grants for children of soldiers who were killed in action. As a versatile officer, he held crucial posts and became the Chief of Staff and subsequently as the Deputy Commander of the Civil Relations Service of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Further, he assumed his post as the Chief of Staff of the 10th Infantry Aguila Division in Davao Region for a period of 3 years. Leadership and learning are indeed indispensable to each other. Major General Sequitin underwent various schoolings both here and abroad. He finished his Civil Affairs course and Psychological Operations Officer course at the United States John F. Kennedy Special Warfare Center and School at Fort Bragg, North Carolina in 2002. It is in this school where he earned the Allied Distinguished Honor Graduate Award. He also attended a seminar on Security Assistance Management at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, USA in 2001. He is a graduate of Masters in Business Administration at the Ateneo Graduate School of Business. He also took his General Staff course at the AFP Command and General Staff College and the Master in National Security Administration at the National Defense College of the Philippines. It is where he was given the opportunity to take the exams that made him qualified to be a certified career executive service eligible. His many commendations, citations, and awards are even more proof of his excellence and dedication in serving the Armed Forces of the Philippines. 4 Distinguished Service Stars, 1 Distinguished Service Medal, Bronze Cross Medal, Silver Wing Medal, and Honor Graduate Awards are among his highest awards in the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Highlights of his career as an Army officer is when he earned his Brigadier General rank as he commanded and led the 701st Infantry Kagitingan Brigade at the 7th Infantry Kaugnay Division of the Philippine Army. Through his stalwart direction and management, the brigade was able to dismantle 2 guerrilla fronts and 2 Pulang Bagani commands, thus clearing his area of operations in the provinces of Davao Oriental and Compostela Valley of NPA influence and helped pave the way for peace and development in partnership with the Provincial Task Force to end local communism and armed conflict. After commanding his brigade, General Sequitin was designated as the Assistant Division Commander of the 7th Infantry Kaugnay Division in Nueva Ecija and later as the Assistant Division Commander of the 11th Infantry Alakdan Division in Holosulu. As soon as Major General Sequitin assumed the helm to lead the Civil Relations Service of the Armed Forces of the Philippines on the 22nd of April 2021, he made various developments that strengthened the institution and boosted the morale and welfare of the men and women of CRSAFP in order to achieve the goals and mandates of the unit amidst the pandemic. In order to fulfill their competitive challenges and add value to everything that they do, Major General Sequitin, Philippine Army, ensured that the unit can benefit from all of the facets of personnel management, including how they manage their human resource environment, acquire and prepare, analyze and develop, and reward every deserving personnel. Major General Sequitin had this continuous improvement mindset that affected everyone from the leaders down to the frontline workers. This constantly improved not only the operations but also how people are managed in their workplace that gained the competitive edge. New ground mobility assets were also procured in order to have extra mobility in order to implement efficient and secure CMO activities. The TICAS program for 2022 was also made possible because of his tireless efforts and initiatives to enhance the working environment and habitability of CRS personnel barracks. With Major General Sequitin's determination and initiatives, he took pride in the establishment of the AFP Digital Media Center. This served as the new platform in combating the enemy's extensive propaganda and apparatus. The improved capability on digital media operations also involved research and analytics, strategy and planning, product creation, and social media monitoring that helped in understanding the information environment. Most importantly, there was an established support and assistance system for all of CRSAFP organic personnel. The philosophy of the unit was not exclusively focused on mission accomplishment, but was equally geared towards maintaining the highest state of morale and welfare of its personnel. Major General Sequitin is happily married to Ma'am Merlin Gremio and is blessed with a daughter, Ma'am Zia Camille. There are 37 years, 4 months and 18 days, and a few ticks in a butt before Major General MANUEL VARIAS Sequitin Philippine Army hangs his uniform and combat boots. Indeed, retiring from the military is a major milestone and achievement for everybody, especially most of us who entered the military service at a very young age. His dedication and commitment to service and his unfaltering leadership truly charted his entire military career. His message to the young blood in the service: the people you associate with in your military life and your personal life is your circle of influence. Of course, this can and does change over time. As you go through with your life's journey, people will come in and go out of your life, but always bring along with you the values that were ingrained by the Academy. We all live by these words: courage, integrity, and loyalty. This should always be in all of the things that we are doing. It is ingrained into your every action. There will be so many times that your core values will be tested because there will be many temptations and frustrations outside the portals of this academy. Keep in mind that your greatest challenge is how to fight your own demons. The road may be steep, situations may get tough, and challenges will be constant battle, but never sacrifice your own values. How many people do you know in your lives who were in your life were destined for greatness? We are all shaped and trained in the academy to become leaders, servant leaders to be particular. We cannot all become Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines since only few are destined to be. But always be true to yourself, be humble, and all the great things will come to you. All of this happens when you realize the magnificence and brilliance of who you are, along with the tremendous amount of value that you contribute to others, to the service, and to our country. And the more you give yourself permission to do remarkable things, the more the world will see how amazing of a leader you are.